Hello and welcome. My name is Rami and I'm going to help you today to use hypnosis to help you overcome fear and anxiety. Before we begin, I'd like to make sure that you don't listen to this recording if you're doing any work that requires concentration, such as driving. And I would highly recommend you to use headphones and you sit in a quiet place where you will not be disturbed for the full duration of the recording, so you can listen to the full recording. And while you're listening, don't worry if your mind drifts. Just listen and focus on the sound of my voice. Here we go. People may experience fear in many different ways. When some people get anxious, they notice a tight knot forming in their stomach or pounding sensation in their chest. Some people find that they break out in a sweat. Their legs turn to jelly and they find it hard to think straight because their mind is racing. Many people scare themselves by vividly imagining that a potential catastrophe is going to happen that they won't be able to cope with. Like that, they lose their job or that the plane they are on will crash or that the party they are having will be an unmitigated disaster. And if you have experienced similar kinds of thoughts and feelings, you might know on a rational level that you were blowing things out of proportion, but on an emotional level, the experience of panic and dread can still be overwhelming. Fear itself is simply the body's emergency response mode, and there are times that it's totally appropriate and actually useful to feel afraid. A sudden jolt of adrenaline can sharpen a person's sense, so that if they're driving and they suddenly see another vehicle speeding towards them on the wrong side of the road, they can quickly and instinctively swerve to avoiding a head-on collision. In fact, in moderation, a certain degree of fear can motivate you to study for your exam or to completely focus on a job interview. And fear can instinctively stop you from doing something dangerous, like strolling right to the edge of a high cliff top. Ultimately, fear is a protective instinct that is there to keep you safe. But we human beings have an incredible ability to imagine things that aren't happening. We can project ourselves into future scenarios and imagine how things will work out. This is a fantastic skill to have. It allows us to plan ahead and problem solve, but it can also be misused. And if you misuse the imagination by vividly imagining catastrophes are going to befall you, then your body instinctively responds by going into emergency mode, flooding your body with adrenaline, trying to protect you from the imaginary dangers you have been thinking about. But excessive anxiety and negative thinking is just a habit. It's not something you were born doing. It's something you have learned to do. Perhaps you picked it up from other people around you as you were growing up, or perhaps you began thinking more anxious thoughts after certain events occurred in your life. Either way, this session is going to train you to think more calmly and rationally, so that you feel much more relaxed in yourself. As you listen and relax to the hypnotic part of this session, you will be guided through the AWARE technique for overcoming anxiety. AWARE stands for A. Accept the anxiety. Do not try to fight it or battle it. W. Watch the anxiety. When you can, take a step back from your thoughts and feelings and calmly observe them. Then they immediately lose their power over you. A. Act normally. If you walk, talk, and act like you're calm and confident, you will immediately start to feel better. R. Repeat. Keep repeating these steps until you notice that you're feeling much better, much calmer. Expect the best. Put your imagination to use in a more positive way. By seeing yourself being calm and capable, and enjoying a future situation that is going really well. The Aware technique has helped thousands of people to deal with anxiety and overcome it. And the hypnotic part of the session is going to thoroughly train you in how to put this technique to work in your life. Now, as you prepare to relax very deeply, you can just close those eyes if you haven't yet. And as you follow along the sound of these words, you can just tune in to the rhythm of your breathing. Notice the rise and fall of that chest and stomach as you breathe in and out. And notice how the breath tends to feel a little cooler when you breathe in and a little warmer as you breathe out. And in a few moments, I'd like you to begin counting to 3 each time you breathe in and counting to 5 each time you breathe out, so that you make each out breath a little longer and smoother than the in breath. So just breathe all the way out right now. Empty your lungs and then breathe in. 2, 3, out. 2, 3, 4, 5, in. 2, 3, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going on your own, counting in for 3, out for 5, at a rate and a speed that works just right for you. And each time you slowly exhale, you can notice how the muscles of the body begin to soften and relax. The facial muscles might already be smoothing out. Even as I am talking right now, the jaw muscles might be beginning to loosen and relax. Keep breathing in that way. In for 3, out for 5. Letting the shoulders comfortably drop a little more with each out breath. That's it. Arms comfortably heavy, legs comfortably heavy. And just take one more very slow, deep breath, and then completely let go of any need to do anything. No need to count, no need to try to focus, no need to make any effort at all. Just allow your mind and body some time to properly rest now. That's it. And as you relax all the way down, you might notice dreamlike images in your mind, like schools of fish, gliding, darting, playfully dancing in the currents of the clear blue ocean. And the deeper you relax, the more you can just calmly watch how any thoughts in that mind drifting past gradually slow down. How time itself begins to slow down now as everything begins to come to rest, to become more and more still inside. That's it. And It can be like watching the surface of a beautiful pool of water when a pebble has been thrown in, just watching for the surface ripples to subside. As the surface of the mind becomes still and calm now. That's it. Everything becoming more and more still. The surface of that pool of water becoming like a bright, clear mirror that can accurately reflect reality, reflecting the skies above, the sun, the white clouds, the world around. A perfect mirror that can reflect reality as it is. And like this, it becomes so much easier to allow reality and life to be as they really are, to live more calmly, with what is cool-headedly, pragmatically dealing with any challenges as you enjoy life as it happens, and appreciate each day more and more. Because sometimes you simply need to relax with uncertainty, to let go of needing to know about things that haven't happened, to let go of needing to control what's simply not in your control, like a mime artist who's trying to hold on to an imaginary object in front of them, a mime artist who grips that imaginary object so tightly that they begin to forget that everything they thought was so important to hold on to is actually just imaginary, and that mime artist can suddenly find themselves taking a very slow, deep breath and letting go, letting it all go now, letting whatever was dissolve into what it always wasn't and isn't now, deeper into nothing, releasing what was always nothing into a vast expanse of nothingness space. Silence. Open, expansive freedom to rest, to just be with what is, to wait and see what life brings with utter calm and detached focus. And there have been times in your past when certain things you were worrying about, certain things you were imagining, got you so worked up that perhaps it was hard to even think straight. That mind was racing, the body was tense and preparing for danger. And from now on, whenever you are in a situation like that, a time when you are thinking in unhelpful ways, a time when you are getting worked up and thinking the worst, you can instantly see in big blue letters in front of you the word aware, as if it's printed there on a huge advertising billboard in front of you, and you can see that word there in your mind now. Aware. That's it. And the A is for accept. Accept how you're feeling. No point in denying reality right now. In that situation, there is an experience of fear, and that's a natural human instinct. Something just about every human who's ever lived has experienced. A is for accept, and you can accept your current experience. Accept your reality. Accept your emotions as they are in that moment. And the W is for watching, and you can begin to calmly watch those negative thoughts. You can begin to calmly watch those sensations of tension, because it's one thing to be caught up in the middle of a storm, and it's quite another thing to calmly watch a storm that's way out at the sea, to watch the lighting way over there in the horizon as that storm gradually blow itself out and the sky is clear and all becomes still. That's it. Watching as those old imaginings, those old fears or worries drift way, way away, just as the leaf in a mountain stream can just float past, carried downstream, off into the distance, and then disappear altogether as you breathe smoothly and deeply and rest so completely now. And A is for act normally, and you can just get a sense of purposefully deciding to take command of yourself, being a wise and a benevolent commander of your own mind who can acknowledge that yes, there has been fear going on. Yes, there have been some unhelpful thoughts, but it's time now to just get on with what you are doing. It's time to carry on regardless. And the more you calmly, purposefully take action, as you act calm and confident, and walk calmly and confidently, and walk calmly and confidently, acting like everything is normal, the more your body receives the message that all is well. And R is for repeat. By repeating these steps over and over, accepting how you feel, watching the thoughts and sensations with calm detachment, purposefully acting normally, the more you will retain your mind and body to feel much more naturally calm and at ease and able to deal with any challenges with a cool head, a pragmatic attitude, knowing that whatever happens, one way or another, you will deal with it. And A is for expect the best, and you can see an image of yourself in your mind, confidently getting on with things, a you who's calmly at ease, or laughing and enjoying themselves like a growing seed of hope, putting out a vigorous stem of possibility and blooming into real confidence, because a deep instinctive part of you know how to trust that life will work out. And this word aware is something that can always be part of you here. As a resource, a huge billboard in front of you with calming blue letters. Accept, watch, act normally, repeat, expect the best. And then in a dreamlike way you can find yourself leaning back in a comfortable cinema seat, gazing up at the screen as the lights dim, and you can see up there on that screen a future you looking really calm, confident and relaxed, and you can notice that future you in a situation where you might once have had that old helpful emotional reaction, And just notice how much calmer you are now in that situation. How, even if there is a little bit of the old reaction, it's calmed the way down to almost nothing. Because you can accept how you feel. You can watch those old thoughts drift away. You can act normally, calmly, confidently. You can repeat this process over and over, and you can expect the best. Seeing that future you, dealing with things really calmly and effectively now. And then you can merge into this movie and experience this as a future reality now. Seeing what you see, hearing what you hear, as if you are now in this future situation, feeling so much calmer and more at ease in yourself. That's it. And whenever it's needed, that word is there to help you. Aware. As you instinctively remember to accept what you feel, to calmly watch those thoughts as they settle down, to keep acting normally, to repeat this until it's second nature to you, and to expect the best, really connecting with that natural sense of determination, of confidence, of capability, that things are going to work out for you. That's it. And you can listen to this session often and deepen and more fully internalize the principle of the aware technique each time that you do. And for now, you can begin to feel more alert and refreshed. That's it. And prepare to come all the way back with a real sense of calm confidence in yourself. That's it. By noticing the position of your body and the sensation of whatever it is you're resting on. That's it. Beginning to feel wide awake now. And then whenever you're ready, you can just have a nice stretch and open your eyes.